From awkward interviews at 15 to shady Hollywood mentors to a $200 million cash out that may have saved him from going broke, this is the story of how one of the world's biggest stars was raised to be sacrificed. For the entirety of his career, Justin Bieber has consistently been weighed down by the pressures of fame. His story starts all the way back to the late 2000s in Canada, when Justin was just a wide-eyed kid singing in front of a handful of people and being filmed by his mom. Justin had a passion for music and a natural talent for it. He performed wherever he could in his hometown, playing any instrument he could get his hands on. At first, he and his mother only posted these videos on YouTube for faraway family members to watch, but as time went on, he began to draw the eyes of the industry. Justin's mother was skeptical about exposing her kid to Hollywood execs at first, but eventually, his agent, Scooter Braun, got to him through sheer persistence, and not long after that, Justin Bieber signed his first record deal. Needless to say, the rest is history. Justin Bieber broke countless records as he became a multi-platinum artist. Between the years of 2009 and 2017, Justin Bieber was less of a pop star and more of a phenomenon. But what many didn't notice was the mental torture, abuse, manipulation, and exploitation that Justin had to suffer through. And if you think the early fame was rough, just wait until you see what happened when the cameras turned creepy, and everyone just laughed it off. In a 2011 Vanity Fair article interviewing a 16-year-old Justin Bieber, he says, "Of course, I think that people are just waiting for that time when I make a mistake and they're gonna jump on it. There's gonna be so many people that are gonna try to bring me down. There's gonna be haters. People are just waiting for me to personally mess up. But I'm just a regular person. I'm going to make mistakes. Everybody makes them. I don't think I'm perfect by any means, but I've got such a great family, such great people surrounding me, that I know I'm not going to make a life-changing bad decision, as some people have. I've seen it happen too many times. I could be my own worst enemy, but I don't want to mess this up." Funny thing is, Justin pretty much predicted his own future here. Even as a teenager, it's like he was carrying the weight of the world, constantly caught up in drama, even when he hadn't done anything wrong. Feeling enormous pressure to not make any mistakes, not only for himself, but for everyone around him whom he supported. So much so that by the time he was in his mid-20s, almost all of the youthful spark in his eyes had disappeared. It's almost accepted as fact that a kid growing up in Hollywood doesn't get to experience a normal childhood. Often seen as the sacrifice for fame and fortune, child stars like Justin Bieber go through a lot of uncomfortable and inappropriate situations that the world just doesn't notice. Take the James Corden incident at the Brit Awards in 2011, for instance. Justin Bieber was only 16 years old here and was clearly uncomfortable with the interaction. He even tries to adapt on the fly by touching Corden's face too, but then he responds, telling a 16-year-old Justin not to tease him live on national television. And that James Corden moment, sadly, not a one-off. A year later, Justin's on a morning radio show and things got even weirder, when the host Shannon asked the 16-year-old Justin Bieber to give her a sex talk. This wasn't the only example of a female host going off the rails with regard to Justin. When he made an appearance on the talk show, Justin Bieber had to refuse several attempts by Rachel to touch him, as well as being asked if he would rather perform naked or eat worms. This one's particularly worse than the other examples because they were doing all this in front of a live audience filled with little kids. Justin Bieber was a teenage sensation, and in Hollywood, they seemed to disregard the teenage part of the equation and only focused on the sensation. Like Jenny McCarthy, who didn't hesitate to grab Justin Bieber inappropriately on stage. Justin Bieber said he felt violated, and it was met with laughter rather than shock or anger. Jenny McCarthy herself almost sounded fulfilled by her actions in an interview later on. It's a sign of how toxic an environment Justin Bieber had to grow up in. Things like this weren't viewed with disdain or disapproval. Instead, they were encouraged, which is why it was almost normal for a 15-year-old Justin Bieber to spend 48 hours with Diddy completely unsupervised. Even though Diddy might not have been under trial at the time and the FBI hadn't found 1,000 bottles of baby oil at his place yet, he was already well known for his freak-off parties and wild lifestyle. You'd think his openly stating that he's about to go, quote, buck crazy with an impressionable young Justin Bieber would raise alarm bells, but they never did. Even 1 year later, Diddy still seemed to have some sort of influence over the teenager. Quick pause. If you remember any other moments where older celebs crossed the line with Justin, drop them in the comments. We'll feature the best ones in a future video. And hey, if you're enjoying this deep dive so far, a quick like and sub goes a long way. It's important to note that whilst the industry wasted no time preying on the innocent soul of Justin, he hadn't really done anything wrong yet. All of these controversies happened through no fault of his own, and the negative headlines were literally out of his control. But with the pressure of working 6 days a week, with a rabid fan base affording him no privacy and his peers in Hollywood looking to take advantage of him at every turn, it was only a matter of time before he cracked. The Justin Bieber mop bucket incident signified a new era for Justin. He was still selling out arenas and topping the charts, but the teenage heartthrob persona was beginning to crack. His housekeeper revealed he was taking a lot of drugs, he was blacking out on stage, and he was smiling a lot less, especially when it came to paparazzi. Justin Bieber's relationship with the paparazzi has been tense for a very long time. He, more so than most other celebrities, gets all of his movements and actions put under the microscope by members of the press. As a result of this, Justin has been known to flip out against paparazzi on multiple occasions over the years. Most recently, Justin Bieber went viral for a paparazzi confrontation he had outside of a restaurant, where he hilariously kept on reminding them that he's a real dad with a real family.
Me today, bro. I'm a real dad with a real family. And you're really in front of my face. No, we're gonna set boundaries here today with all of you today. You're not getting it. It's not clocking to you. It's not clocking to you that I'm standing on business, is it?
Whilst Justin Bieber standing on business with paparazzi might be funny, Justin Bieber being this triggered by their presence was a sign of all the turmoil he's been dealing with in his personal life. Although he keeps mentioning how proud he is to be a dad and a husband, all has never been well with his relationship with Hailey. And while the paparazzi drama was heating up, Justin's personal life was about to spill into headlines in ways that made fans wonder if his marriage could survive. This was about to be the biggest headline of them all. Before we get into the Hailey saga, if you've been following since the start of Justin's career, hit subscribe, because this next chapter feels like a plot twist no one could make up. In 2018, Justin Bieber married Hailey Baldwin, and many predicted that it would be a marriage fraught with problems. There have been many conspiracy theories about Hailey and Justin's relationship, which all vary from plausible to utterly insane. What's undeniable is that Justin and Hailey knew each other for a very long time, dating back to the start of Justin's career in 2009. The part people find to be creepy is how Hailey followed Justin's relationship with his ex, Selena Gomez, tweeting about it and everything, and then just a couple of months after they broke up, Hailey and Justin started dating themselves. Wild theories, such as Justin not being in love with Hailey and Hailey stalking Justin, are a result of the history they shared. In January 2025, divorce rumors sparked after Justin Bieber unfollowed Hailey on Instagram, which is as good as signing divorce papers in Hollywood terms. But as it turned out, it was all a misunderstanding. Justin Bieber claimed he was hacked. He said, "Someone went on my account and unfollowed my wife. Shit is getting sus out here." The wild part isn't even that the divorce rumors blew up over a single unfollow, it's that people found it believable. That's how shaky their public image already was. That's because there's a lot of evidence online just showing Hailey being treated badly by Justin. Even without needing to study their body language when they interact, just any footage of them together seemed to suggest that there was something off about their chemistry. There was even a famous clip where Justin slammed a car door behind him as if he forgot he had a wife.
What up, Jay? What's up, Justin? Good morning, Justin.
There are tons of clips like this where Justin is just being insensitive to his wife.
Go, Hailey, don't fall, don't fall. Oh my God.
Even in a recent May 2025 Instagram post about Hailey's Vogue cover, Justin seemed to not be able to praise his wife without sounding oddly bitter. "Yo, this reminds me of when Hailey and I got into a huge fight. I told Hales that she would never be on the cover of Vogue. Yikes, I know, so mean. For some reason, because I felt so disrespected, I thought, I gotta get even. I think as we mature, we realize that we're not helping anything by getting even. We're honestly just prolonging what we really want, which is intimacy and connection. So baby, you already know, but forgive me for saying you wouldn't get a Vogue cover, cause clearly I was sadly mistaken." This was an obvious backhanded compliment, and it was even more telling when Justin changed the caption on the post moments later. Despite what is quickly becoming a mountain of evidence, Hailey remains steadfastly on Justin's side. One source close to her told People magazine that any divorce talks are 100% untrue and fake. In July 2025, Justin Bieber shocked the world in ways he hadn't in a long time with the release of his album Swag. This was the first studio album released by Justin in over 4 years, and Hailey publicly showed support for her husband on social media. That's despite the rumors swirling that Justin threw a couple of shades at her on the album. The lyrics of Daisies, the second song on the album, appeared to allude to the couple's relationship, with lines that include, "Falling petals, do you love me or not?" and "You said forever, babe, did you mean it or not?" In another track, Walking Away, Justin drops another hint that they may be going through a rough patch. "We better stop before we say some shit. We've been testing our patience. I think we're better off if we just take a break and remember what grace is." Hailey Bieber has proven time and time again that she's willing to weather any storm together with her husband. Justin also weathered a storm of his own, as at one point before he released his new album, many were beginning to think that his music career might have been over. And if you think the drama stopped at his marriage, think again. This next part isn't just messy, it's millions of dollars messy. Before we break down the financial chaos, remember to hit like so we can keep bringing you these deep dives. After Justin Bieber released his 6th studio album, Justice, he was slated to go on a massive world tour with more than 100 venues booked. But only a third of his way through the tour, Justin's health took a massive hit. He was diagnosed with Ramsay-Hunt syndrome, which caused paralysis on one side of his face. The condition forced Justin to, at first, postpone a couple of dates on the tour before later canceling the rest of it altogether. At the time, this would prove to be the beginning of the financial troubles for Justin Bieber, as now he owed the promoters money that he had been fronted for the tour. On top of that, TMZ also claimed that Justin and Hailey were mismanaging funds. As if all of that wasn't bad enough, when Justin couldn't pay back the $24 million he owed to AEG Company as a result of canceling the tour, Scooter Braun's company, Hybe, stepped in to help Justin cover the debt with the understanding and promise that Justin would pay him back over a 10-year period. And this is where things got messy. According to TMZ, Justin Bieber made just one of the scheduled payments and refused to pay any more of the debt. Why? Because Justin's accountant or business manager, Lou Taylor, claims that Scooter Braun has been exploiting Justin for quite some time now and that he's been overpaid in commissions. In response to this, Scooter Braun claims he carried out an internal audit on Hybe and determined that not only does he not owe Justin Bieber any amount of money, but that Justin, in fact, owes him $1 million. Justin Bieber, who of course disputed this claim, asked for an independent audit. So Scooter Braun hired Pricewaterhouse, a well-known company, to conduct the independent audit. After 6 months of intense digging, they discover that Justin doesn't owe Scooter $1 million, he owes him more than $8 million instead. This was a big setback for Justin Bieber. Since this whole debacle started, Justin Bieber and Scooter Braun have gone their separate ways, and Scooter Braun has since retired from music altogether. Some people blame Scooter Braun for the financial collapse that Justin suffered, which led him to sell his entire music catalog in December of 2022 for $200 million. But with how reports claim Justin Bieber had been spending his money for quite some time, it's impossible to see how Justin Bieber isn't the architect of his own downfall here. And yet somehow he's still trying to stage a comeback. The question is, can he pull it off? With the release of his latest album, Swag, and the commercial success it's been so far, Justin Bieber can hope to start getting his career back on track and eventually his life as well. Ever since he was a child, Justin Bieber has been exploited and misguided by his business managers, colleagues, mentors, religious leaders in the form of Hollywood pastors, and even personal friends, all of which has contributed to permanently damaging his mental health and adult life. Whether you're a fan of his music or not, it's hard not to empathize with Justin Bieber and hope he gets back on track. If you want to empathize with the channel, then leave a like on the video and please subscribe. If you feel no pity for Justin Bieber, then leave a comment down below telling us why, and we'll see you soon.